I'm doing this with the Steam controller. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to switch to I'm going to minimize that window because I can't see what I'm doing, and then I'm going to switch to desktop. I think will do what I want. Yes, so you can see the desktop. You can't see me. It's not great. I'm all about seeing me. Let's put the camera on. Hey, I'm here. I'm going to move the camera just a little bit. So I haven't got all the other stuff set up on this profile, unfortunately. But let's move me down here a minute. Right. So we're going to play a bit of fishing, but we're also going to take a quick look at the Steam controller. So I'm going to do a bit more with the Steam controller as we go on, just because I think it's awesome. So we're going to start off with in the Steam controller. I should probably put the camera on so you can see it as well. Oh, here you go. Yay! There you go. This is the Steam controller. So you've got a micro USB on the front. What I don't know is if you can use it without the wireless. So there's a little dongle that you plug in on the PC. I don't know, and it's micro USB. But I don't know whether or not that's for using it as wired. I think it is because it hasn't got wireless batteries in it. You just slide this lever off, and you've got inside there. You can see there's batteries just in the corner there. Now, what controls have you got on the Steam controller? You've got two touch pads here. In fact, you can see, you can't see because it's behind the screen. Never mind, you can see it later on. You've got the normal triggers and bumpers on the front. You've got touch pads. You've got a joystick. You don't have a D-pad as conventionally you would, but I'll show you how you get around that in a minute. You've got 4 ABXY buttons like on an Xbox controller. On the bottom here, you've also got these buttons here which are grip buttons. So you've got essentially an extra set of buttons on here, and then up here you've got the back, steam, and start buttons. Effectively the same sort of. It's very similar to an Xbox controller. But it's got some extra toys on it. It's also got a gyro, and I'm going to show you the gyro. It's one of the reasons I want to show fishing because it works really well with fishing. So if you press the Steam button, Big Picture will fire up on the PC. Hint. Come on, fire up on the PC. There we go. So I'm going to put that there so that you can see what's going on. So one of the catches with this controller is that you have to run everything through Big Picture. That's not a massive problem, but it's just worth being aware of. So at this point, I'm just using the joystick to move around, and we can explore. So Big Picture is essentially, it turns Steam to make it look like a games console. So you can look around your collection of games and so forth. So I'm going to go into Eurofishing's page, and let me move over here so that you can see the controller better. If there's anything you want me to see, by the way, just let me know. So we go into Manage Game and we go into Configure Controller. So you've got this interface. Now what you can do, what's really impressive with this controller is you can change everything about what it does. So in fishing, for example, I've turned the top left touchpad, which you can see here, I've turned that into a scroll wheel, which means that if I just use my thumb and trace that path there, it does one thing, and if I trace a path that way, it does another thing. And if I use this one over here, I've set that one up to be a joystick. Now you can't see because my chat window's in the way. Let me move that out of the way. I've set this one up to work like a joystick. I've got the bumpers and triggers set up. I've got this one set up to be a tab, which makes it pop up something in fishing. I've got the gyro, which is this bit of this line at the bottom, set up to work like the mouse. You'll see that in a minute. So I can change anything about this. So let's say, for example, oops, let's go back. So if I come in here and I say, what do I want this joystick to be? So that I can say, well, I want this joystick to be a D-pad. There you go. And now I can set what that functionality is. It's now lost being a joystick. But that you can now, so if I say I want when I move my joystick in the up direction, I want you to press the W key. There you go. That's now what that's going to do. So you can set and remap. So people who don't like the Xbox controller on TS because of the way it sets all the keys up, you don't have to worry about it. You can change it to do anything you want now. So let me change that back to joystick. You can choose whether it's left, right joystick, or right joystick. What happens when you click it, because obviously the button has got a click button in it. What's the price of the controller? It is $39.99. You can get it on Steam. These buttons here, again, you can set what you want these buttons to do. And so forth. So I think let's just get in and actually show you it working. The bottom line is, every button, every controller, you can make it do whatever you want. Now I've set almost everything up in for fishing because it just works so well with fishing. So I'm going to run fishing now. It doesn't stream particularly well on this machine for some reason, but I'm hoping that this will actually work okay. This is looking good. So far, so good. Have you seen fishing yet, by the way? The team have done an amazing job on it. It's really good. It's got that, oh, I just need one more go. Because either you didn't do it quite right and you feel like, oh, I could have done that better, or you did it really good and you want to do it again. And it starts out really slow by you're picking up smaller fish, but then that's good because fishing doesn't stream so well on this machine. Oh, the pun is strong in this one. Yeah, I've got loads of things open. See, normally when people stream, they've got one machine with all the game on it and another machine with all the junk on it. And unfortunately, I've got everything on one machine because the other machine can't take any of the junk on it. Right, so let's get into fishing. I will get my character. So the first thing I've done is I've actually mapped this up so that it can be a mouse. So if normally in fishing you'd use the mouse, the joystick to use the controller like this. But one of the really nice things about this is I've set this up so if I hold the grip button under here, I can use this as a mouse. Yeah, so you can immediately think, say, for train sim, for example, you're not navigating with up, down, down, right. It's you can just use the mouse properly to navigate. So it's feeling much more comfortable as an experience. Let's get in. We'll get in and do a simple lake. Use my tackle box as it is. What am I now? I'm a junior carp angler. I'm making progress in this game. Is there a character model of me? No, it wouldn't fit on the screen. Let's put a character model of me in there with my onesie on. See, now that is what people want when they're fishing. BNSF thinks this game could do better. Ugh. So as soon as this is finished loading, we will be in and we can try. I can show you what the rest of the controller does. I mean, I've been using this now for flight sim, fishing, and for train sim, and it's just amazing. Is it better than a keyboard and mouse? No. Is it better than having bespoke controllers like a rail driver? No. Is it better than having an Xbox controller? Absolutely. So if you want the sit-back gaming experience, then in my opinion, this is my personal opinion, and it's not anybody else's. This is a really good way of doing it. And I love the flexibility and configurability you've got with it. Mac Me Chief thinks I'd scare the fish away. Thanks. Adama says if there was a character model of me, then I'd start playing it properly too. Oh, there you go. See? We just need to make everybody on the fishing team. John, Shecky is the character artist. So there you go, John. You need to sort it out. Okay, so I'm using the joystick now to walk around. I can use the mouse, the stick on the right, to move around, to look around. So that's basically as if you'd had two joysticks. Now, if I wanted to look around with the gyro, I've mapped it up to this button here. So if I do this, if I now move the controller, it now moves around. Yeah, because using the gyro, so it's a bit sort of Wii-like. Now, if I press the left button, right. You can see it looks a bit more it's sort of a bit more one-to-one. If I let it go, it's not a bad cast, I guess. Now when you're reeling fish in, again you hold the gyro down. It feels more natural because you're using sort of more one-to-one natural controls. Oh, I'd nearly got a fish and it went away. What's the haptic feedback like? It's very good, actually. I mean, they call it HD haptic feedback, but I don't quite know what that means. But but it is very, very good. There's an awful lot of the Xbox feels, you know, very simplistic compared to this. You can also set let's come into the middle here a little bit. Completely lost my train of thought there. Oh, for haptic feedback, yes, you can set haptic feedback on inputs as well as letting the game drive the haptic feedback as well. Come on, my bait is just there. Let's try another one. I think we're going to end up in the a 49-foot cast, which is quite good, but we ended up in the bush. That's no good at all. Let's reset that. So the other thing I've set up is that when you hold the left grip button down and touch this, you actually get this pop-up comes up. So you can. This is all part of Big Picture's interface. This isn't part of the game, which means if I now want to switch rods, I'd either have to use the keyboard to do it, so I press the 2 key, or I can use this, which does the 2 key for me. It would do, except for some reason it's not doing anything. No, okay. There's a bug on this machine. For some reason, sometimes the keys just stop working. I think I'm using the wrong kit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out of here and use a different lake, because I've got kit now from one of the other that I've been using on a different lake. Let's go to Digger, and it may well be that I've just got stuff that doesn't work in the other lake anymore. Right, so, and for all of you who are wondering about graphics on Unreal, I mean, this is a good example of what sort of graphics you can get out of Unreal. And many are aware Unreal is going to be used for the next-gen train simulator. And, right, let's claim this peg. Oh, that's probably what I was looking. I didn't claim the peg. I'm a total noob at this game. I just want to say that. Right. So I'm going to try changing rods again. No, still not going to work. So yeah, I really, really like this controller. It's the flexibility it means that you can sort of really do what you want. I wonder if it's just the fact that it's casted into the wrong kind of bed, and it's not good for the equipment that I'm using. You know, the last time I played this, I was getting catch after catch after catch. Apparently now I'm not getting anything. Tell you what, let's look at my gear, and we'll change to the 8. Right. Sheki, I'm not using the default tackle box. I'm using my own tackle box with some of the bigger stuff in it. But I'm wondering if I've customized it wrong or something. Let me try going back to the default tackle box and see whether or not that it's just that I've customized it wrong. Like I said, I'm a complete noob at this game. We'll go back to the default tackle box, because that works. It doesn't bring in great big fish, but it works. We'll come round here as well. The only problem I have is when I run around here I can't remember a place to fish from. Oh, there's one over there. So I can use the gyro on the walking as well. Alright, let's claim that peg. Now that, with the default stuff, I'm definitely no good in the weeds. There we go. When I go back to work, the fishing department, they absolutely will be mocking me. They'll be looking at me going, well, that was embarrassing, wasn't it? It's no different to every morning I go in and the train team look at me and just shake their heads slowly. Try casting somewhere else then. All the fish have run away. Help that I'm casting into the reeds here. Actually, now I'm on the default kit. I could try I'm not seeing any tells either. Let me go back. Now I've got the default kit again. Let me go back to the observatory, because the observatory is supposed to be loaded with fish. Default tack box. There we go. Amarillo, no, I'm having difficulty catching anything. I was playing this all weekend, and I think my biggest catch was £26 or something like that. A 26-pound, I think it was a common carp, might have been a mirror. Yes, Temblor, this is the Steam controller. Absolutely love it. Hello. Oh, that wasn't a bad end. It wasn't a good ending. I don't know what went wrong there. We'll try that one more time. We've got another 9 minutes on this before we get back to trains. We're going to do a train spotting scenario. It's Victor's scenario next. Right. So, back into here. Go fishing, observatory. Oh, I've got a bunch of different rigs in. This is the default one, should be fine for the observatory. That's better. This is where I normally go. Right, now we've got the default rig. Maybe it'll work better in here. I haven't got all the, because I'm not using the normal train sim one. I haven't got the donation stuff on here. It hasn't changed at the moment. It's still sitting at 742. Apparently, no one thinks my fishing is good enough to donate, which I'm probably, it's fair enough. Clapham train spotting scenario for installing failed to load when I tested it, so it didn't make it on. What am I doing? Claiming the peg, casting. Actually, let's reset that and just check my inventory and work out what my rig is good at. Silt is where I need to be for this. That's it, we're in silt. Now come on, give me a fish. Can you use the controller for train sim? Absolutely you can. There we go, got a fish. So now, as you can see, I can pulling it. Now I've also, as I set up, I've already said you can move, if you move the thumb around there, it sets the tension up as well. I'm not an expert at this game. You may have figured that out already. This is probably like a £1 roach. Come on. Right, let's get that net out. Yay, we caught a fish. Well, it wasn't a £1 roach, it was a tench. It's a £3 tench. Well, I feel vindicated. I caught something. Let's go for another one. That's in the wrong place. Let's get it into the silt. Found some silt. Carp diem. Shecky, what an awesome looking fish. Absolutely, those fish are stunning, aren't they? The author, the guy who did those fish just needs to pat himself on the back considerably. It would be awesome if you're about to catch a fish and your pole snaps in half. Now the line gives out a lot quicker than the pole does. Got another fish. None of these are going to be particularly impressive because the fish aren't that big in this lake. This is meant to be like a training lake. I'll come back here so you can see it. Come here. Come on, you know you want to. It's just my net. You want to. Oh, nearly lost it. Equip the net. Yeah, we got another fish. Oh, another tench. Another £3 tench. I caught the same fish, didn't I? We caught the same fish. No, I'm just going to try casting in a different direction. Well, there you go. It's a place to cast. Is it possible to catch shoes? No. It's roach, tench, bream, carp, and catfish, I think, depending on the lakes. Come on. Let go. Tire out. I don't want you snapping my line. Right. Ah, all that for a roach. Right, tell you what, let's close this peg. Try here. It's the weeds, that's no use to anybody. There you go. Oh, a little bit of silt there. Right. Hey Esther, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Tyson is cool, says he added me on Steam and if I denied he's going to take away all my chocolate. I haven't got any chocolate. Yeah, one of the things they added with this was the ability to, let me bring this up a bit closer so you can see it, so that you can move the control around, so you get like a scroll wheel type effect, which works quite nicely. Sam Price, thank you for the follow. So the website to donate isn't actually on the screen at the moment. That's bad news. It's justgiving.com/Matt Pedalston. If you can donate, that would be awesome. If we do another fishing round, I need to get all that stuff copied across, don't I? Thing is, I'm using a different screen than the one I normally use. There's stuff showing over here. These little tells where you can see them. That's not going to be any use at all. That'll do. Sort of closer to where they were. Right, this fish is the last one then. Come here. As I say, this game is definitely just one more. And having the one-to-one makes it feel so much. I mean, you can play it with the mouse and the Xbox controller, but for me, I find having the one-to-one sort of link with the rod makes it a lot more intuitive. Oh, I got a carp! Mirror carp, £5. Well, what a way to end. Yeah, the gyro is really good, so you can use it. It works really great on flight sim, and it works really great on driving games. So driving games, you can imagine doing this. Flight game, it's you know, it's pitch yaw. And Taff the Railman, I think Game are selling the controller once they get stock. But at the moment, it's on Steam. But yeah, I think they're going to be in the retail stores. So anyway, that's the Steam controller. We're going to be doing more with the Steam controller on Train Sim later on. But since it was time to do a bit of fishing, I thought, since it works so beautifully with fishing, I thought I would do that. Now, my profile I'm using for the controller, I have shared. Let me just show you how we get to it. So if I come out. Now, you may or may not like the controls I've set up. That's fine. What you do is if you start from what I've got, and then you can customize it. So if you go under Manage Controller up here, you've got Browse Configs at the bottom of the screen. So you press X. You've got recommended ones, the personal ones that have been made by the community, and then you've got templates. So you've got this one, which is mine. So if you look under Community, it's there under Dovetail Games Euro Fishing Setup. The only thing I haven't mentioned is... So right grip changes the mouse thing, right trigger is the gyro, left touchpad controls the reel, and then the left grip, I haven't mentioned on there, brings up the that overlay menu on the screen for selecting rod or going into inventory. Okay, you just pick that one, and then you can customize it to your heart's content. It's really, really amazing how much you can customize it, and they've just added some new stuff as well. DFR 3820 has just donated £50. Thank you very much, DFR. It's incredible. Apparently, I'm executing your Dutch surname. My Steam Trains Unlimited. Sorry about that. Right, so I'm going to come out of this and we're going to get back. Can you show the info page of the controller? I don't know what you mean. You mean this one? Right, anyway, it's time to get back to Train Sim. We will be coming back to this. So come back up to there and we'll log out of there. Now before I do that, I'm just going to switch the screen over. It's time to do another giveaway, I think, actually. Whoops, hang on. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons because when I'm shutting the controller down, it's operating on the wrong screen. There we go. That's better. Right, I'm going to switch this off. So if you've got one of these, by the way, you You hold the power button, you hold the steam button down for 4 seconds to switch it off. Right, and on that note, we are back to some train sim. Let me get that